They banned assault rifles in New York, in Connecticut, and then the gun manufacturers were like, okay, well, we'll make rifles compliant with your dumbass ban that basically look a little different than the standard AR platform. And then they sold those to people. And by the way, hundreds of thousands of people in Connecticut and New York who had rifles that were made illegal just kept them. Look at that.
Clean up on aisle Biden. It's funny, yesterday we were talking about Joe Biden being upset because how often it had to come out that the White House would clean up what he said. Well, we don't have Jen Psaki anymore in the White House, but after those comments that we played yesterday about Biden and 9mm weapons, Karine Jean-Pierre, the new press secretary, had to clarify that Joe Biden doesn't actually support banning the sale of all handguns. Listen.
Canada is making it impossible to buy, sell, transfer, or import handguns anywhere in that country. Would President Biden ever consider a similar restriction on handguns here?
So, we'll leave it up to other countries to set their policy on gun ownership. The president has made his position clear. The United States needs to act, as I just laid out. He supports a ban on sale of assault weapons and high-capacity magazines and expanded background checks to keep guns out of the dangerous hands. He does not support a ban on the sale of all handguns, to answer your question.
Well,
so that's where it's going, right? I mean, that's the reality, and that's where I wish and I understand this battle. Anyone who has seen the slippery slope. Remember when it used to be like, oh, a slippery slope is a fallacious argument. Well, it's not very fallacious when they say, hey, tear down that Robert E. Lee statue. And then the next step is we got to rename Washington, D.C. because George Washington also owned slaves.
Slopes are, in fact, slippery. The trajectory is
and we
a
get
real
down
thing.
Them fast now.
Momentum is a real thing. And people got used to, I think, exactly that, Claire. I remember this. Even back when I used to be a Lincoln Douglas high school debater, people would be like, well, that's a slippery slope argument, and they would go from there. Well, yeah, because look at the incrementalism that Democrats have engaged in on a whole range of issues, but gun control is certainly high up on the list. They banned assault rifles in New York, in Connecticut, and then the gun manufacturers were like, okay, well, we'll make rifles compliant with your dumbass ban that basically look a little different than the standard AR platform. And then they sold those to people. And by the way, hundreds of thousands of people in Connecticut and New York who had rifles that were made illegal just kept them. Look at that. So, yeah, it turns out they have no idea what they're talking about, folks. But they want to antagonize you, the gun owner. That's the whole point of this.